This presentation has been designed in a bid to win the proposed tender from the enterprise. Our team of 6 communication experts has designed a course that will span over 12 weeks. One 10-minute instalment will be provided each week and will cover a variety of topics in relation to communication in the business world. As the slides demonstrate, our depth from topics will range from basic interpersonal skills to groups, composition and roles. Our second speaker in today's chapter, Trang, will be discussing how we in Australia plan to successfully communicate to you at the enterprise's base in Norway. We endeavour to break down any potential communication barriers that may exist in a bid to make your learning experience as fluent and educational as possible. Following on from Trang, Wendy, Calvin and Harry will give a brief demonstration of what to expect from each week's tutorial. This instalment will be on how to achieve business results through effective meetings. Finally, Chris will summarise and conclude our presentation.
So I'm here today to introduce to you the channels that we will use in the communication course. The first channel that we will use is the email system. Not everybody who involved in this course, I mean the employee, the students, each of them will get their own email. They will use it as the ID to log in the discussion room as well when they submit the assignment or test for the tutor. And the next one is we will divide people into small groups with private tutor. This will be about 20 to 25 people for each tutorial, and each tutor will take about 4 tutorials. The next channels will be we will provide a book instead of textbook, because we know that the employees, they have to carry laptops and all their material to work, and it will be too heavy for them to carry the textbook too. And sometimes when they have to go abroad for work, they can use their ID to log in the discussion rooms to read the e-book. And because of the distance between us and the enterprise, we will record the lecture and put it in YouTube. The reason that we use YouTube is easy and rich communication tools for the employee, and it is very popular that everybody know how to use this. Next one, we will open the online discussion rooms, which is the employee can use their own ID to log in the discussion rooms to ask and get their answers from the tutor, as well as discuss with their groupmates, teammates, and maybe submit their assignments or tests. We're going to provide review questions and online tests after each week study, because we know that it will be too hard for employees to review all of their materials for 12 weeks in exams, so it's better for them to do the review questions after 8 weeks. It will improve their understanding about the topic each week too. And last but not least, we're going to provide the reward systems for people who get the high results in study. It will encourage people more involved in the course. And today we're going to focus on one particular topic, which is the Week 6 effective group outcomes. It will show how to achieve business results through effective meetings, and will be presented by Wendy, Kevin and Harry.
Hello, I'm Wendy. I'm going to introduce topic outline briefly. I'm going to introduce first 2 questions to you, and the next following to Calvin's are going to introduce them, and the last three Harveys are going to introduce to you.
Can
My first question is decide whether a meeting is necessary. The importance of meetings are complex and competitive business environments, making good decisions, information share, and aware of process and problems. Also, benefits of meetings are shape organizational norms, improve work process, and it's good for complex projects with multiple deadlines and a set of objectives. And next, I'm going to talk about how to invite appropriate people into a meeting. The first is who has information that will be needed for discussion of the agenda items. So issues that can't be resolved because a person with information is not there, just waste of time. The second is who has approved authority for the subject under discussion. So it's much better to have the person with authority in the room, so people can hear firsthand the argument and against the plan. The last one is who has expertise to comment the proposed actions. So make sure you have at your meeting someone with expertise to check the amount of time and resource the project will require. So this will avoid any nasty surprise afterwards. Next, I'm going to pass to Kevin. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Calvin. So I will introduce the next point is how to get people prepared for the meeting. So it's create an agenda. It's called agenda to clarify the goal and or the list of the point that need to discuss. Also estimate the time that okay for each task. To minimize the distraction and interruption, you can also set up a meeting at different location. Also provide a strength spot to the member if they can use their own, and also require the member to pay attention as well as to participate in the meeting, such as creating an idea, generate idea, or giving an opinion to solve the problem. The next point is how to keep the meeting under time that's allocated. So we decide to divide into 4 stages. First stage is called initial phase. Stage 2 is called meeting. Stage 3 is summary accomplishment. And stage 4 is evaluation. So stage 1. Clearly introduce the meeting purpose and objective. Explain the participation was selected, why they are selected and invited to the meeting. And this also our chance to introduce a new member to the company. Stage 2 is called meeting, establishing operating guideline. And so example is how the business will be running, and the starting time and ending time. Timekeeper I used to keep keep track of the time. If in some situation, if the meeting was about to exceed the time that's limit, so the people in the group will decide whether this meeting can be extended or not. Stage 3 is summary of accomplishment. This means is pretty much you review and summarize all the points that has discussed in the meeting. Stage 4 is evaluation. This is when you determine whether this meeting objective had been met. Asking or requiring for each people's opinion, and also planning for the next meeting. The next part I will pass to Harry.
And for my part, I'll discuss about the last 3 topics which is covered in the course. So, which is keeping the meeting running smoothly, keeping team members on task during meetings, and ensure the next meeting will be effective. Okay, next slide. Firstly, to keep the meeting running smoothly, it is important for manager and leaders to clarify the purpose of the meeting. An example would be, what is the expected outcome of the meeting, and what information are we trying to achieve throughout this meeting. This will help to keep the meetings on track and so that they will run smoothly. It is also vital that information shared during the meetings is concise. We'll try to avoid nonsense or jargons so that the team will not lose the focus. It is important to take breaks during meeting to keep the mind fresh and stay focused. Okay. Next, mobile phones should be on silent mode. This is quite straightforward because phones should keep on silent to avoid distraction to others. Lastly and most importantly, it is important to set an agenda such as topics or questions to be asked during meetings to keep the meetings on track and make sure the goals are met. We'll touch on how to keep the team members on task during meetings. Firstly, it is essential for team members to take note to assist them in concentrating and understand the information and points relevant to the purpose of the meeting. Moving on, team members should avoid multitasking or doing unnecessary work during meetings, as this will cause distraction. And lastly, milestone charts can add significant value to meetings as they are frequently used to monitor progress. Therefore, by tracking the progress, this can help the team members to signify an important decision of a critical piece of information, which outlines or affects the future of a meeting. Next, I'll talk about how to ensure the next meeting will be effective. To ensure the next meeting will be effective, the team member should create meanings of meeting. They typically describe the events of the meeting and statement of the issue considered by the participant, and related responses or decisions for the issues. Next. So, it is beneficial that participants rate and comment on the meeting. Are they good or bad? So if it's bad, what characteristic caused this rating? Is it because of distraction, the duration of the meetings, and etc.? From the information given, managers or team members should find ways on improving an effective meeting to ensure an efficient meeting in the future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chris. I will be concluding our brief presentation today, during which we have determined that not all meetings are required by necessity. As such, not all decisions require meetings. And again, the second point is to make sure that the appropriate people are invited. In this, we mean that too many people, or the wrong people, would decrease the meeting's effectiveness. Thirdly, is preparation. In doing so, we must create an agenda so that people know what is going to be happening during this meeting. Now then, what we have to remember are the 4 stages of a meeting. Firstly, the initial phase. Secondly, the meeting. Thirdly, the summary. And finally, the evaluation. After which, we have to keep the meeting on task and running smoothly. In order to do this, we have to clarify the purpose, we have to take notes, we have to track the progress, and we have to allow for breaks. Now that we've concluded our topic, we would like to conclude the presentation as a whole. As such, this has been a short preview of the weekly lectures that we'll be holding, running approximately 1 hour in length. Secondly, the fact that we'll be using selective communication channels, such as airing these lectures to YouTube. Thirdly, there is detailed information on an array of communication topics. There is more than just this single one topic, as this course will be running over a length of 12 weeks. And now I would like to say goodbye. And in doing so, I would hope that you would choose our product, as we have the best services around, and within this 50,000 budget we will provide it to us, and we will help you communicate.